Hello, how you doing? It's Gus Tucker with Financial Freedom Fridays. How are you? Hopefully today finds you doing well. I know I'm excited to share with you some great information as we're continuing to move from knowing financial information to actual financial literacy, where you're actually applying what it is that you know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started today, and we're going to be covering emergency funds, and we're going to be covering some really good stuff today. So I'm going to get these slides going here and see if we got this going. Let's see. Share the screen. Here we go. There we go. We're going to talk today about emergency funds. Again, financial independence is the state of having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work actively for basic necessities. Everything we're doing in this masterclass is about setting you up to be financially independent. Last week we talked about insurance, okay? And we talked about it from the standpoint of protection primarily, okay? In other words, a death benefit. We talked about it from that standpoint. And we also talked about it from the standpoint of long-term care. We're going to revisit insurance when we get towards wealth accumulation, because there's a way to use insurance to actually create income for yourself when you're retired and to do it tax-free. We're going to cover that part when we get to the next step on accumulating wealth, okay? But financial independence is having sufficient personal wealth to live without having to work actively for basic necessities, okay? Again, literacy is being competent or knowledgeable in a specific area. And financial literacy is really focused on money, how you make it, how you spend it, save it, manage it, and invest it, okay? So as we said, please take the financial literacy quiz. Take the quiz. Go to howmoneyworks.com, Gus Tucker Challenge. Take the quiz. Let us know how you do. Send us your score to Financial Freedom Fridays at Gmail. And get your free ebook. You're going to get a financial freedom checklist and a free financial needs analysis, okay? All right. Again, the book, How Money Works. You really want to get this book and read it. It's an easy read. It's going to be very insightful for you. It's going to kick off a lot of things in your head to really consider. It's going to really challenge you in how you think about money. You want to have your reason and your experiences together, the reasons why you want to be financially independent, why you must have it, because there will be bumps on the road. I was just talking to a friend of mine who's pretty advanced in his understanding of these concepts, but he's working with this financial professional with what he knows, and he's saying, there might be some better solutions for me. And you know what? That's a part of it, man. It's working through, okay, I'm doing this, that's going good, but how do I tweak it? The things you're learning here will cause you to be able to get the best and the most out of your plan, and the best and the most out of the financial professionals you're working with, and out of the tools you're using to become financially independent. Okay? Your financial independence has to be created 3 times. First in your mind, second on paper, and 3 by developing a written plan and taking action. Taking action right now, okay? You've completed your zero-based budget, right? You got your spending habits down, your saving habits, investing habits. You've really worked through that. Okay, you know what's non-discretionary. Man, I got to spend money on this. It's my basic existence. This is discretionary. Be nice to have, makes life more fun. But hey, I'm managing that so I can do what? I can hit my numbers. When I'm living on a certain percentage, I'm getting rid of my debt. I'm giving, I'm saving, and investing, man. It's huge. It's huge that you're doing that, okay? Now, we know you completed that assignment. You got your zero-based budget. I know you've read the book. You got your reasons down and your feelings on financial independence. I know you got that down, and we're ready to go. You're working on your proper protection plan. You did your dime analysis or you look at 10 times your income and you're really looking at, do I need term insurance or permanent? How do I balance that off? I know you're thinking about that. So now today we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about emergency fund. We're going to have a quick discussion about that. And then I'm going to talk to you about some principles of developing wealth. Okay, and another book I'm encouraging you to read. Okay, so the money milestones, financial independence. We're in milestone number 3 right now, which is emergency fund. Milestone number 3 is emergency. What's your assignment? Start saving money now. If you're not saving money, we're going to start saving money right now. Work with your financial professional. Use your financial needs analysis. Reach out to support through the Facebook group, Financial Freedom Fridays. That's now open, where we can get information to you and answer questions right in the group. The Facebook group, Financial Freedom Fridays, or hit me up on the email and we'll get the information to you, okay? So get your emergency fund in place. Take the challenge and send me your information and we'll get that going. All right. So emergency fund. You want to save 3 to 6 months of your income to prepare for unexpected expenses. Like what? Like, man, about 2 weeks ago, we had a plumbing issue in my house. We had to call emergency plumbing over. We had to have some work done. Boom. I wasn't planning on that. Where'd that come from? Emergency fund. Okay? You have money set aside because you have unexpected expenses. And what really makes it an emergency is not just you weren't planning on it, but you weren't planning on it and you don't have the money. That makes it a real emergency. Okay? Create an emergency fund. It's recommended that you have 3 to 6 months of your income in the emergency fund. Here's a list of incomes. If you make about $30,000 a year, 3 months income would be $7,500. 6 months, $15,000. Right? You want to start setting that money aside. So that you can be able to handle those emergencies when they come up. You want to handle those emergencies when they come up. Now, here's the thing. You want to start putting that money in that emergency fund on a monthly basis. But guess what happens? What happens when you hit your target? You've got your 3 or 6 months in there. You can stop doing that. You can stop funding that emergency fund. You can take that money then and do what? Pay off more debts. You could invest it. You could have some fun with it. But that emergency fund, once you get to that number, you're good. Right? That number, it's in a liquid account, either at a bank or a credit union, or inside an insurance policy. Inside your insurance policy, it's also liquid. You can use it for that. That's where I keep my emergency fund because it gets better interest. And man, you can do that. Keep 3 to 6 months inside a liquid instrument, so when things come up, you can take care of things. Okay. Now, I don't have a lot of cash lying around. Where do I get the money for an emergency fund? Like I say, you keep putting a little bit of money away. This is TJ. You keep putting a little bit of money away every day, every week, every month till you build up that emergency fund. Because if we don't, what are we going to do? We're going to hit the credit card. We're going to borrow money from somewhere else. And we're going to stay in that never-ending debt cycle. So we got to get that emergency fund. So rule number 1. Your emergency fund is only for unexpected emergencies. I remember I had a client tell me one time they were in Hawaii. They were on a trip, and it was a real special deal on the timeshare. One time only, very special. They called me up. You better stop it. That ain't no emergency. I had a client call me up one time. They were at a car dealership about to buy a car. I said, no, don't do it. Don't spend your emergency. No. And ladies, shoe sales are not emergencies. Okay? I'm just kidding. Men too, because in my house, I'm the spender. Okay? So it's not just because there's a special sale on does not make it an emergency. Okay? So it's not for last minute birthday presents, much needed spa days, or irresistible Black Friday deals. Doesn't matter if it sits in your checking savings or a separate account, as long as you're not tempted to use it for anything but a true emergency. Okay? A true emergency. Like that plumbing thing I talked about. A leak in the roof. The car blows up. Something happens. Okay? Rule number 2. If you need to use your emergency fund to fix a car, replace the fridge, pay for braces, take the money and spend it. That's what it's for. Just make sure that afterwards you add back a little money every month until it's full again. Make sense? So we're going to get that emergency fund started. How do we know where the money is going to come from? Because you did your zero-based budget. So you know what you have to spend. You know some things that it would be nice to have, but we might have to reduce some of those, or some of the money we've saved from some of those subscriptions we canceled, that eating out we stopped doing, the money we were blowing. Boom, that money's going to get redirected to our emergency fund. And that's a part of why you do a financial needs analysis. So you set that up so you know that you're doing the right things to hit your goals long term. Make sense? Okay. That's emergency fund. Now, I want to talk to you about some principles for developing wealth. And here's a book I want you to get. You see it in red? It's called Thou Shalt Prosper by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. What the heck? Why would I be reading a book by a rabbi? Well, this rabbi he's Jewish, obviously. He kept being asked a question. He kept being asked this question over and over again. And here's what the question was. Why are Jews so good with money? Why are Jews so good with money? And he thought about it, and he didn't have a good answer. So he spent some years researching it. And here's the solution that he came up with, being a rabbi. He said it's based on thousands of years of history and the Jewish culture that comes out of the Bible. The Bible is the oldest book there is that deals with money. There are more verses in the Bible on money than there is on heaven or hell. And also money and discussions about money are part of the Jewish culture. They talk about money and business around the dining room table and in their families all the time. So I want you to get this book, Thou Shalt Prosper. This isn't even optional, okay? It's not even optional. This is oxygen. You have to get this book. You have to. And he's got a follow-up book called Business Secrets from the Bible. I would encourage you to get that book too. I got it. I got the Kindle book and the audio book. Okay, I got the Kindle book and the audio book, so I can read it while it's being read to me. Okay? Because this is crucial information. Developing wealth requires a couple of things. One, developing skills. That's what you've been doing in learning these financial principles. And now it's a skill to get the right insurance. It's a skill to have an emergency fund. It's a skill to have a zero-based budget. Those are all skills. It also is developing a new culture. Now, they got all kinds of cultures out there. Yeah, there's Black culture. There's Latin culture. There's Caucasian culture. There's hip-hop culture. There's R&B culture. There's a drug culture. It's where certain values and things are valued and talked about, and they determine your behavior in your thought process and what you value. What if you got immersed in a new culture that valued getting wealthy? Now, you see that next statement? I may not have been born in a rich family, so a rich family's got to come from me. Okay? I wasn't born in a rich family, but a rich family is coming from me. Are you committed to that? How serious are you about that? Gaining wealth is about increasing wisdom. What you learn, what you understand, and more importantly, what you practice. Gaining wealth is about increasing wisdom. You ready to get wise? Here are 10 commandments for making money. We're going to go through them fast because you're going to go get the book and read about them. Wealth is created by serving other people. All the money you want is in somebody else's pocket. You can only get it two ways: by having it given to you because you served them through a business or some service you provided to them, or you conked them over the head and took it from them. Okay? Wealth is created by serving other people. Commandment number 1, believe in the dignity and morality of business. Business is about serving people. Your business solves a problem. Every business solves a problem. The service we're providing for you right now, that Black Doctor is providing you right now through this podcast, is to solve a problem. Problem of what? Not really understanding how money works. So believe in the dignity and morality of business. Business is good. And look, making money is much harder if deep down you think it's bad, morally reprehensible, meaning it's bad. Number 2, extend the network of your connectedness to many people. The more people you know, the bigger and better your network is, the more money you're going to make. Because as you help people a rung or two above you hit their goals, and a rung or two below you hit their goals, you're going to have partnership power. People are going to partner with you to help you hit your goals. Let your friends and family know what goals you're trying to hit, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do. Build sincere and genuine relationships with them, and they'll help you hit your goals. So extend your network. Commandment number 3, get to know yourself. To change others, to change the way that other people see you, first you got to know how others see you. You got to see yourself as others see you. You got to be aware of who you are, not some phony person, but who are you, so you can know what you need to change. Man, this one got me. Keep a daily record of good and bad decisions you made. You've made decisions always so far to today. Relook at them tonight. Did you make some good decisions? Yeah, I'm sure you did. You make some bad decisions? Yep. What can I do to correct those bad decisions going forward? How can I keep doing more of the good decisions? Have an accurate inventory of your skills. What are you good at? What are you good at? Do more of that. What are you not good at? Delegate that to somebody else. Determine how you really invest or spend your time. I know how you think you spend your time, but really look at it every 15, 30 minutes. Look at how you're spending your time. Write it down. Are you really spending your time on things that are making you money? Improving your life. Commandment number 4, don't pursue perfection that doesn't exist. Neither neglect the imperfect nor expend yourself on a futile pursuit of perfection. Take your imperfect circumstances and make the most of them and keep getting better every day. Okay? But don't pursue perfection. Number 5, lead consistently and constantly. Learning to lead is important, but it may not be what you think it is. Leadership isn't a noun, it's a verb. It's an identity, it's an action. Take action. You want to see something change, take action to change it. Don't try to become a leader, just do it, just lead. So what are some character traits of a leader? Learn to follow if you want to learn to lead. Key point. Everybody needs to follow and lead at the same time. Maintain a clear vision of your goal. Where is you trying to go? One of my big goals is right there on the wall, right there. It's going to happen the first week of December in 2025. I look at it every day. It's right there. We've got a goal and a plan to make it happen. Confrontation is often necessary. You're going to have to confront yourself and other people on the way to leading, to hit that goal you got set in front of you. Leadership requires a mastery of both faith, your attitudes and actions, and the facts. You need to know what's going on around you, and you need to be taking action. Faith is a verb, not a noun. Faith is taking action towards making something happen. Number 6, constantly change the changeable while steadfastly clinging to the unchangeable. Principles and values that your life is based on don't change. Your goals might change. Your strategies might change, but your values, they don't change. Okay? Number 7, learn to foretell the future. How do you do that? Listen to this. Who is wise? One who can tell what will be hatched from the egg that has been laid. Not he who can see the future. That is a prophet. Wisdom is seeing tomorrow's consequences of today's events. What's happening in the world today, and how's that going to impact you in your life going forward? Recognize external events that are going to affect your business or your life, and then those that have no effect. Interpret events without emotion. What's going on around you? Okay? How's that going to impact my business or my ability to make money? Before looking forward, look backward. How have things been going? Why have they been going this way? Are there things that are going to come and knock this off track? Look for patterns. One of the key skills you got to have is understanding patterns and being able to take advantage of those patterns and even change the patterns going forward. Number 8, know your money. Your money's quantifiable analog of your life force, the aggregate of your time, your skills, your experience, your persistence, and relationships. If you're not making enough money or don't have enough money, then we got to improve our life. We got to keep becoming more trustworthy. We got to get more skilled. Do you know how to read your financial statements? What's going on with them? How do you improve them? Do you prepare and maintain your own financial statements so you understand what's causing you to make wealth, what's taking your wealth away from you? How can you be more skilled at that? And understand, where do you need to be marketing your goods and services so you can change those financial statements? Know your money. Commandment number 8, act rich. Give away 10% of your after-tax income. There's an alchemy with giving money away. Okay? And I believe because God's in control of everything, when he sees you giving like he does, for God so loved the world, he gave. He gave his son. Give. Don't try to find a rational reason for giving away money. Give. Read Proverbs 11, 24 to 25. And it talks about how the generous person will be blessed, but the stingy person will not. Proverbs 11, 24 and 25. Keep in mind that giving away money is like investing. You want to make sure the places you're giving money to, that they're doing good things for people, and you want to put good seed into good ground. Okay? And much like investing, some investments turn back positive, some don't turn back at all, and some of them are windfalls. Your giving is going to be like that too. Number 10, never retire. What? Never retire from doing good and serving others. You can retire from your vocation, I guess, if you want to. I'm not, but you can. But retirement is more about you set your assets up so the money keeps coming in and you don't have to work anymore. So the reason you're working now in your vocation is because you love it. And it's a way of you serving other people. Job 5 says, a man is full of trouble and surely a spark upwards. He's born, he's full of trouble. People have read that, they think trouble is like trouble, like doing bad stuff. No, that trouble means work or toil. We were born to work. Working is a part of how we demonstrate we're made in the image and likeness of God. God put man on the earth to rule the earth. That word rule means to form it into a usable place. That's what we're supposed to do. The world doesn't look like it did many years ago. Why? Because we've been working. That's why we have plumbing and buildings and air conditioning and cars and airplanes, because we've been working. You're never supposed to stop working. Maybe you want to stop working for money, but never stop working, because stop thinking retirement as a goal with a specific date. You can be productive long into your life. It's not about you retiring so you can just pursue selfish goals. It's about giving back to people through the work that you do. Maybe you don't work for money at a 9 to 5, but don't stop serving other people. Okay? 10 Principles, 10 Commandments for Wealth. Please get that book. The name of the book is Thou Shall Prosper. Thou Shall Prosper by Rabbi Daniel Lapin, Lapin. Put your emergency fund together, guys. You got your zero-based budget. Look at where you save money. Put that emergency fund together, okay? And let's make things happen, okay? Got it. I got this presentation all messed up. Ah! Hey, you guys have a great weekend, okay? Get that emergency fund together. Get the book, Thou Shalt Prosper, by Rabbi Daniel Lapin. Look at those 10 commandments for making money, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.